Thorn and Smash here, Resident Apex Predator, and today we're going to cover how to use the legends of the game.
What, you guys have never seen a grown man dress up as his favorite Apex Legends character? It's 2021. But for real, that's my friend Kate Zaid, who's an amazing Apex Legends streamer, and she streams some other games on Twitch, so go ahead and check out her channel in the description below. Thank you for doing that intro, Kate. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys today how to play some of the characters you get right when you boot up Apex Legends. I will also go over the legends that you can unlock. That's in another guide I did. I'll go ahead and link that in the description and at the end of the video. But today we're just gonna cover the main legends that you get right when you boot up the game, so you know how to play them, how their playstyle works, and when to use their abilities and how. As always, shout out to those who commented first on yesterday's video. First up is Void Ani, who has done it about 3 times now. This guy is insane. And Anya, who also is a first-time person. I went ahead and included her, as Void has been here a couple times, so I also want to show love to people that may not have been here quite yet. Okay, so let's start off with the legends you will be able to use right when you get the game, and those are Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Lifeline, Pathfinder, Wraith, and of course, Bangalore. Now, I do want to state you will be able to unlock the rest of the characters either through leveling up. The first character unlocks at level 23. After that, it's every 20 levels. Or you could go ahead and buy the Champions Edition. We'll unlock every single character except for Fuse. So let's go ahead and start with Bloodhound. He's a great legend, one of my favorites. He has a passive tracker ability, which will go ahead and let you know when enemies have been in the area, along with being able to scan survey beacons. His tactical is the Eye of the Allfather, which basically will reveal enemies, traps, and clues throughout all the structures in front of you, and Beast of the Hunt, which basically will allow you to move much faster, see everything in black and white with enemies being highlighted red. It's an incredible ability. Let's see how to use some of these skills actually in action. Okay, so here's a little bit of good footage with Bloodhound. Basically, you can go ahead and run around, and eventually you're gonna start seeing these tracks all over the ground, as I'm about to notice right here. Now, once you see those, you can actually see how long ago they were there and which direction they're going. So basically, I'm gonna follow these, and all of a sudden, I'm gonna notice some people in front of me. You simply use the tactical, boom, it will then highlight the 2 enemies that are actually there, and now I know where they are, and I can let my team know so that I can go ahead and push with them. Now, as you can see here, you can go ahead and scan in any direction through walls. The one downside is teams will be able to see that there is a scan on them and where it's coming from. When you do the ultimate like this, you also get a great marker of where everything is in the general vicinity. It'll give you footprints, it'll give you highlighted enemies, it's perfect. The other great factor in that is you can see through caustic gas, but you can also pair them with Bangalore, so you can smoke enemies and then highlight them so they have no idea what's going on, but you can see through it. And it's crucial that you go ahead and scan buildings so you know where they are inside. I actually knew in this clip right here that they were going to be hiding in the building and the ring was coming in. That allowed me to knock one, leave the building, and wait outside because I knew they were trapped in the storm. I could just wait them out until they died. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how Bloodhound and Bangalore work. The Bangalore has smoked the area with the enemy. You scan, it will highlight them through the smoke, allowing you to go ahead and shoot them through it. Very, very efficient. Now, I'm going to jump the line a little bit here and actually go ahead and go over Pathfinder, as he is my main character and I feel like I can give a lot of good insight with him. So basically, his passive is Insider Knowledge. It allows him to scan a survey beacon just like Bloodhound, so he can find the next ring location. His tactical grappling hook is a grappling hook, basically, obviously, and it allows you to move and transition throughout the map and in and out of fights very quickly, but it does have a cooldown based on how far you've traveled with it. And his zipline gun ultimate creates a zipline for everyone to use, even enemies, to go ahead and get to high spots so that you can have the high ground advantage. One thing to know about him is he does have low profile. He is more difficult to hit, but he does have damage increase on his character to 5%, meaning you will take more damage when playing as him. So, as I said, Pathfinder does have the ability to go ahead and let you know where the next ring is. You do have to find one of these survey beacons on the map. Now, when you look at the map, eventually you're going to notice a white ring, just like this. That's where the next circle is going to go. However, if you hold down and use the survey beacon, and this ability can be used by Bloodhound, after it's done, which will make a loud ping noise, so be aware of alerting enemies, it will go ahead and let you know that it is right here. That green ring is the next one. You'll also get a full zip line from it ready to use. Now, Pathfinder's grappling hook is an incredibly useful tactical. Basically, you can go away and heal, pop my shield battery like I did here, then grapple right back into the fight to help my team very quickly and finish off this team. That's exactly how it should be used, as an aggressive manner, while also keeping sure your heals are good. Now you're gonna get some examples here of basically where we got third partied. I'm gonna go in and out of healing while also using the grapple to get the high ground on my opponents constantly. Now there is a recool time period, so you do want to be aware of that, because if you are using this too far of a slingshot, it's going to penalize you. So try to do, at least in close-up fights like this, very short bursts of it. Basically pop up just like that. Now I'm in the area where I can look down on the enemy and I'm kind of in a safe area. You light them up a little bit, you go ahead and heal. I'm getting my shields to red while maintaining a good amount of damage on the opponents to really help my team continue their push and make sure they can do what they can do. You can also use it to get over obstacles like this fuse fire, which I didn't realize was my teammates, so I look dumb. But it does help with that. Once you go ahead and light them up, you can go ahead and basically use all your abilities to make sure you can win these fights. You do want to be aware, like I said, you do have low profile, so that can really negatively impact how up close and personal you want to get with him. Like I've been saying, you want to use the grapple to get to high spots where you don't have to worry about your enemies finding you. You do want to be aware that there are possible snipers in the area, so try to keep that in mind. As you can see here, I'm getting popped a little bit, but you can also use the grapple to slow your descent when you're pushing an enemy team. My guys have here knocked some opponents. I'm going to go ahead and grapple and get right into position so that when I turn the corner, I'm ready to hit these guys and take them out. Now in this situation, I know there's only one team left, so I'm going to go right back to my high spot with my grappling hook, and then as soon as I know it's safe, I'm going to go ahead and give a zip line, my ultimate, to my team right here so they can get up to the high ground with me. This is really, really important. You don't want to give them a zip line when you know there's an enemy right there that's going to be taking it right up there with you. Now we have an S tier legend, and that's Gibraltar. His gun shield is his passive, and it is really annoying. It basically will block incoming damage from enemies up to about 50 health, which is insane. His tactical gives him a dome of protection, but it also allows healing items are used faster within that dome, and he has a defensive bombardment, which is the most powerful ultimate in the game. It absolutely destroys people. He's also fortified, so incoming damage is reduced by 15%, and he's not slowed by bullets. So with Gibby's passive, like I was saying, you get this amazing gun shield. It takes a second to pop up, but it can take quite a few shots before it breaks, as you can see right here. Basically, he's firing, I'm taking no damage, and it will eventually break, but it does take quite a bit of time. Now, you also have the ability to go ahead and toggle your shield away while using it. You just simply hit down on the D-pad, boom, it's gone. This is very helpful because if you are sniping, you want to put that away so enemies can't see it. Now, the great thing with the Gibby tactical is that it, one, will protect you from all incoming fire, but will also help you heal faster. Now, as you can see, I have some damage. I'll go ahead and use the med kit right here, and it's about 7.5 seconds before it will activate all the way. If I throw down my dome first like this and use it, it is now 6.5. It takes a whole second off, and it will also block all incoming fire as this opponent outside tries to shoot me. See? Nothing coming through. No grenades, nothing. The other great feature of the bubble is that you can revive your teammates faster. As I pick up my teammate right here, you'll notice that it goes fairly quickly. However, you get a special animation if you do it with the dome shield. Pop that down. Haha! Picking them up much faster, and Gibby is good to go. Now, Gibby's ult is arguably the best in the game. Basically, it's an airstrike. You just go ahead and throw it on your enemy, and then it activates pretty quickly. You'll notice it has a pretty small radius, but man, does it do damage. It is just cracking him. It's cracking me. You can hurt yourself with this. Keep that in mind, but as you can see, it's powerful enough to knock a player if they get caught in the middle of it. Now we're going to go over Lifeline, and Lifeline has the best passive in the game. Basically, she can deploy a drone to revive teammates, and it will actually put up a shield to help them as well. It's really overpowered, and you could actually make the argument that it's better than her tactical and ultimate. Her tactical still is good. It allows her to put out that same drone, but it will only heal your health, not your shields. Basically, it doesn't give you the shield like your passive does. It's kind of a weird setup there. Her ultimate will go ahead and give you a care package. It's great for trying to get purple armor and other high tier items. Her low profile makes her more difficult to hit. The incoming damage is increased by 5%, just like Pathfinder, so you will take more damage when you play as her. Okay, so with Lifeline's passive, you do want to be aware of where the enemies are when you pick them up. Let's pretend this is an enemy and this is my teammate and it needs to get picked up. I'm going to actually do it right here because it allows a barrier in between him and the enemy so he can get picked up. If it's to the side, he will get shot and killed. The barrier does not help him in that situation. So after you've picked up your teammate, you are going to want to help them out a little bit, as that is Lifeline's main ability. You simply go ahead and use your tactical drone, and it will go ahead and disperse health as long as they're close. It can even heal you or all three of your teammates. Now, I do want to state that you can use it in the ring, but if it takes about 2 ring ticks of damage, it will instantly explode. You also want to do this in cover, and if you die, your enemies can use this as well. Now, Lifeline's ultimate is very good, but there are some drawbacks to it. One major drawback would be the fact that it does take a couple seconds before it actually lands and hits the ground, and that will reveal your location to the enemies on the map. They'll see an icon for it, and they will know most of the time that it is not an in-game pack and that it is called from an enemy team. However, you can get some pretty good epic and legendary items from it, especially the purple shield, which can be an absolute game changer. Now we have Wraith, who is everyone's favorite goth girlfriend. She has a bunch of good abilities that used to be very meta. Now she isn't nearly as good, but she is still a very viable legend if you choose to play her. Her passive is Voices from the Void. It allows you to hear danger when you're being aimed at, which is really, really helpful. It also alerts your teammates with a voice line as long as you activate it in game. Her tactical Into the Void allows you to reposition quickly. Basically, you become unhittable when you activate this. It does take a couple of seconds to do so. However, a lot of people use this to try to get away from enemies. That's not the way to do it. I highly recommend you use this to reposition, similar to Pathfinder's tactical. Now, her ultimate will allow her to link 2 locations or a portal with 60 seconds. It does take 2 hits from the ring to actually destroy it now, but it is still very valuable in going ahead and setting up traps. She also has that low profile like Pathfinder and Lifeline, where she will take more damage if she is hit. So in terms of Wraith's passive, you do have the ability to hear Voices from the Void, which will let you know if you're being aimed at. It will give you an on-screen prompt. Basically, you just hit down on the D-pad and it lets all your teammates know. But moving into her tactical is pretty critical because a lot of people use this the wrong way. First thing I want you to note is that when I use this tactical, there is a bit of a wind-up time, so be aware of that. You do move a little bit faster while in it, which is very useful. First, I'm going to go over how to use this tactical incorrectly. My assistant right here is going to go into the void, and like most Wraith legends, he's actually just going to be running straight. And as he does so, I'm just going to go ahead and follow that blue light, and it basically will lead me right to him. As soon as he pops out, I can just go ahead and hit him. Easy knocks. That's the worst way to use this ability. Now, the correct way you want to use this ability is actually to reposition. As you notice, I'm going to make a break for this. My friend right here is going to try and kill me, and I'm going to turn the tide on him. Right here, I'm running. I'm going to go into the void. I'm going to climb up this and use cover. I'm going to go ahead and flip around. As soon as I come out of the void, I pull out my gun. My friend thinks I'm over there. Boom, you hit him from behind. Easy knocks. That's how you want to use the ability. Now, a lot of people use Wraith's ultimate ability as a move around the map kind of portal, and it can totally be used like that, but in my preferred method, it's actually to use it as a trap setter. Now, when you go into it, you will go ahead and open this portal, and you will notice Rift Energy. You can stop, and the Rift Energy percentage will stay the same. Once you start moving, again, it goes ahead and counts down. So you can really be very decisive about how much Rift Energy you need left. Now, once you've spotted the enemy, you want to go ahead and have that portal ready to set the trap. You want to go ahead and set it up originally right over there, and in my imagination, let's say there's caustic traps there. I know I've got the Watson fence to keep them trapped in. You could even set up Rampart with her minigun to absolutely blow them away. Once you see them, you got all your traps set, you're going to go run right up to them, and you can't drop it on them, but typically they're going to notice you, freak out, you jump back into your portal. They will most likely chase you just like this. Once they do that, boom, they're getting hit by caustic gas, a minigun, and are stuck within Watson's fences. The last one on my list to go over is Bangalore. Bangalore is one of the most balanced legends in the game, and she's also great to pair with Bloodhound. They work very well together. Her passive is double time. When she's being shot at, her speed will basically double, allowing her to escape. She'll move even faster than Octane while this is active. Her tactical smoke launcher fires a high velocity smoke canister at the enemy, really disorientates them, and really can also kind of impede your own team. That's why I recommend pairing her with a Bloodhound. He can see through the smoke with his tactical. It's a great combo there. And her Rolling Thunder will call in an artillery strike, very similar to Gibraltar's. However, it is much slower to actually pop and hit the enemy. It's more to go ahead and create some space between you and them than to actually do a ton of damage. moving into Bangalore, like I said, her passive allows her to get out of fights very quickly. My assistant is going to shoot me in the back as I'm running, and as I do so, I get a speed boost, and I can also pop smoke to really get away and reposition in fights if I need to be. Now, if I'm really in a shit situation and they're chasing me, I can go ahead and throw down this airstrike. When I do that, it's a much slower firing airstrike, and it comes down in this kind of crisscross pattern. What it'll do is mainly prevent the enemy from wanting to cross this line as it explodes, giving me more chances to get away. As you see there, it does do a little bit of damage, but it's not nearly as powerful as the Gibraltar ultimate. So that's going to cover all the base legends that come into Apex Legends when you first get the game. Now, if you're wondering about the legends that you can unlock, I did a guide video right here breaking down all of their abilities and which ones you should unlock first and when. So if you want to check out that video, go ahead and please do so. And until next time, Legends, keep slaying in the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.